Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation Knife Reviews. Just like so many of you folks, I am on the never-ending journey to find that perfect blade. We're going to grade every blade on a 5-star scale as a tool, as a self-defense implement, and as a knife overall. Also, would we replace this knife if we lost it, and should you add it to your collection? Most important of all, without further ado, let's get to this knife review. Folks, you have indeed arrived at the K.O.E. Nation, and we're going all Hollywood because today we are reviewing Karambit knives. Yes, the Karambit knife. It's the one that you see in all the movies nowadays. They've got the ring up here, the handle, and they're all doing the underhanded, exclusively slash attacks, you will notice, because, well, this doesn't lend itself to stabbing too easily, which is kind of the easy thing that you do with the knife. Is like, this is sort of like the most natural motion, if you will. And the reason I am reviewing this, which is a GW Good Works, Good Works, Your Life, Your Knife, Karambit knife for martial arts. New. It is manufactured in China. GrandWayKnives.com, and that's all the box tells you. Now, make some room. Throw that away. The reason that I'm reviewing a Karambit tonight, and a fairly inexpensive one, this one cost me $12. It's the Velociraptor of knives. Yes. But yeah, I got this one for $12 on Amazon. Very cheap. And it's actually put together pretty well, to be frank. And it's to demonstrate something. What a lot of people don't know is the Karambit isn't meant to hold like this and do all of this nonsense. Nope, that's not what it was intended to do. As a farmer, I can tell you. See? Okay, watch what pinky goes in there. You hold it like this. You go about your farm task. Let it drop. Do binding, like especially for like hay or what have you, or wheats, like do binding. Let it fall. Swing it back. Keep going. This is to allow you to do tasks and then free up your hand at the same time. Literally, like, because you got to remember, and pretty much in all over the world until 50 years ago around here, young children participated in agriculture the entire world over. You take a knife like this and just chip the tip off or just grind it down a bit. You could, in the old times, send a small child out to the field to do work, because literally you just let it hang, do your task, flip it back up, let it hang, do a task, flip it back up, let it hang. Like, this is how a Karambit was supposed to be used, as an agricultural implement, okay? Because it can't do this. So it's immediately not going to make the guards in your area all that trepidatious when you're carrying a Karambit around. Now, I've seen a lot of martial artists who have all these like systems around, like, and then you get under the arm and then you slash here and then you do that. Like, okay, like that's trying to get the most out of this, but like a Karambit is not ideal for any kind of self-defense situation. It's not the first thing I would recommend to anybody. They look cool and you feel like you can do, but really, I mean, this ring kind of makes up for the fact that this isn't where a lot of the strength in your hand is. You got to do a lot of extra training to make underhanded grip work, especially with kind of a forward thrust, because I'm going to use this soon to be reviewed at a later time, this Emerson Kershaw knife here to demonstrate. This is how you should grip most blades when it's overhand. Your underhand grip should be the exact same grip. Okay? Your underhand grip, your overhand grip are the same grip. Like, you can't really pull that off with a Karambit here. And that's the one thing that I always try to keep in mind with folks, is that the Karambit, while nice and it's kind of a pretty knife and it looks great and it's kind of cool for the movies, and you feel like, okay, I'm equipped with the Velociraptor. Like, honestly, like, you'd be much better served with just a standard bladed knife. Now, I have nothing wrong with the ring here. I know some people who carry standard bladed knives with a karambit ring. That's great because that's extra retention. But again, it's also on their pinkies. Like, they hook it on their pinky and they use it as a standard blade. So keep in mind, folks, the karambit is a farm implement. It's a farm tool. That's first and foremost. And the second I saw, like, yeah, this is how you would make it work. And yeah, I kind of wish I had one of these when I was a kid. I would have, oh man, I'd have fucked up roguing, man. I would have, like, the tasseling, like, this would have been great. Like, yeah, like it doesn't even poke. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is, yeah, during harvest, this, like, this would help in some regard, but definitely tasseling and roguing season. Yeah, like, just and keep doing your task. Like, oh man, this would be just A+ as a farming implement, but always keep that in mind. Folks, we are going to grade this knife on a few 5-star scales. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by, the K.O.E Nation has advised you. So we're going to grade this as a tool, as a self-defense implement, as a knife overall. Would I replace this blade if I lost it? And should you add this one to your collection? Here's the thing. Everybody thinks karambits are the ultimate self-defense implement. I don't agree. I really don't. So as a self-defense implement, I'm going to give this 2.5. It's just right in the middle. It's a fixed blade, nice knife. It can definitely make, like, to me, most fixed blades should get at least 2.5 stars as a self-defense implement, and this one gets exactly 2.5 stars. And not really much more. In terms of a tool, like I said, as a farm implement, it's excellent. You can go about your task all day, and it's very, very efficient versus resheathing your knife every time you need to do some task that requires fingers. So as a tool, I give this 3 stars because that's what this is, and that's what this always was. It's just Hollywood turned it into a weapon because it looks cool for the cameras. Like, even on this camera right here, contrasting with my dark jacket, it just looks like whoa, like, yeah, it looks threatening. Just so Hollywood really, and also actors love being able to do, like, stuff like that. They love it. They can't get enough of it. So yeah, as a tool, 3 stars. As a knife overall, I'm gonna stick with 2.5. Okay, because it's a good, acceptable knife. It's 440C steel, which is kind of cheap steel, but hey, I got it for $12, and it's to demonstrate something. Would I replace this knife if I were to lose it? I probably would, because I don't know how many examples of a karambit I'm going to keep around. It's just a knife style that I don't really subscribe to. I think it's very overrated. And I think if you were carrying something like this particular Kershaw, or my personal favorite, one of my EDCs, the Cold Steel Spartan, fully serrated blade, I think you'd be far better served with something like that. So I think I would replace this because I don't anticipate keeping a lot of karambits, and I need one as just sort of a proof of type. And should you? Strangely enough, yes, because I think if you've got the bug of getting a karambit, probably don't spend a lot of money. Either want something like this, or Smith & Wesson makes some really good budget folding karambits, and those would probably serve you very well. So don't spend a lot of money on a karambit, because your dollars are probably better served elsewhere. So get a budget version like this. So, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining me for this very special review of the Karambit by Good Works Knives and the Karambit as a concept. God bless every last one of you folks. Travel well. All right. Let's see. Osiris looks like a velociraptor tail. That's kind of the whole point. It's just it's a good movie knife, like, which is why people love them, and they're very popular now. Like the second I saw them, I was like, yeah, that's a farm implement. That's what that's for. Because if you hold it like this, you can cut hay, you can cut whatever, and then let it hang, tie it into a bundle, and then go back to work. like I saw it as a time-saving device. That's all this is. There's a reason why militaries don't issue karambits, and it's because its uses are too slim. Too few things that you can do. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's overrated because we didn't find out about it until Iraq, Afghanistan, and it's a fixed blade. Osiris. The degree of the curve throws me off, but maybe, I don't know. Well, the thing is, you can't do that. And this is the most common natural motion of the human arm. With this, yeah. Like, yeah, I don't even need to explain. Like, it's pretty easy to, like, words don't even, like, yeah,